Hi everybody. So it's Monday, February 25th at like 10 p.m. I can remember what day it is. That's my life right now. So I just figured I'd do a general update because I haven't in like forever. I've been super busy trying to finish up and do well in my last semester of phase one of schooling. I graduate in May 17th, with my bachelor's, and then I take the MCAT on May 30th, down in Phoenix, of all places. But so I'll be down in Phoenix taking my MCAT, and then that is actually the start to a summer-long road trip with my sister. So we're driving down. Gonna take the MCAT May 30th, and then probably leave the next day or the day after that, and drive across the southern U.S. And I have a family reunion in Alabama in June, which we have no one in my family from Alabama, but we're in Alabama. And then from there, just going like across the U.S. and gonna travel the entire summer, and then come home and hopefully have medical school interviews in the fall, and then also my sister and I are both going to be working, hopefully full time through that time to replenish the bank accounts, and then take off traveling again in the spring. So I'm super excited at this point. Kind of just want to be done with school, which I've been going since August 2007, so quite a while. So ready to be done. And yeah, so school's been keeping me really busy. Kaplan, I'm doing the MCAT like prep course via Kaplan, which I'm really thankful that I'm able to do it. So just been ridiculously busy, and then also doing a lot of speaking, right now. Uh, I'm also working on a research. I'll talk about the speaking in a second because I have a funny story. But I'm also doing the research project, which I talked about in my last video. That was not really like a Dana video. It was a more formal research video. It was for the research team. So yeah, that's been going on. And then the talking. So I talked at a conference this past weekend at our university. It was just a day conference. It was a gender and identity conference. Very cool. It was the first one our university has done, so it was really neat. And funny story. So I'd been planning like a workshop session for quite a while, for a couple weeks, with someone else. And so like the organizers, we had it all confirmed like 3 o'clock on Saturday. I was ready to go, uh, and then I kind of forgot that back in September or so, one of the organizers had contacted me after my articles came out and was like, would you be willing to talk at the conference? And I was like, of course. Thought it was the same thing. Not the same thing. So I was up till like 4:30 Friday night putting my presentation together for the workshop, which is how I roll. And so, running off of like 2 3 hours of sleep, um, I'm sitting in bed Saturday morning, just kind of going over my talk, and had it all together. Was pretty cool, collected. And then someone posted the actual schedule for the conference, um, on the Facebook page, and I looked at it and nearly like shit myself. I read it, and it was like Dana Pardee doing redefining privilege at 3 to 3:50. Dana Pardee doing the lunchtime address at 2 to 2:50, and I was like, I forgot. I forgot I'm doing that. Oh my god, it was like I just jumped out of bed and I was like, oh my god, because I had nothing prepared. Nothing. Um, and then, of course, I originally read it as 12 to 12:50 because that's when you have lunch. So I was like, I have to go because it was like 10:30, and so I hop in the shower real quick, get dressed, get to school, and I'm like running in. I'm like, I'm here, I'm ready. Which I wasn't ready, and I they're like, okay, but you're not until 2. I was like, oh, thank God. So I went upstairs and like I had to. I pulled together like the lunchtime presentation from one that I had given back in January at my dad's Rotary Club. So it was basically just my life, which I mean I could stay like I could sit and talk for 50 minutes like carte blanche like about my life. So I just pulled that together, and then but the other one that at 3 o'clock had like half of the content of the one that I was doing at 2 o'clock. So then I had to go through and revise that, and so I was just like such a stress case trying to get it done. Like normally I'm just a very like calm person. It's like, yeah, whatever. But I was like, oh my god. But both of them went over really well. The lunchtime talk was a lot of fun because I mean we had like probably a little over 100 people there, which was a great turnout. And when you get to do the lunchtime, you get to talk to everyone in the conference and not just like your small workshop. And then 3 to 3:50, I did. The workshop was called Redefining Privilege, and it was all about like trans positivity and the positive aspects of being trans. I basically presented the points from the checklist of trans positivity, which I made a video about a long, long time ago. So basically, I presented that, and we talked a lot about that, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Every time I speak, I try to have people leave feeling inspired or empowered or something like that. That's kind of really what I go for, because they get. I mean, people know being trans is hard. Like that's something that you don't need to beat into people. So I try to always like do the positive empowering thing while still being realistic. I don't know. It's difficult, but I do it. It's okay. I do it. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Bad day to wear a gray shirt because oh man, I use just deodorant and not antiperspirant, so had to go outside at one point and just like stand there like this and air out the pits. It was bad. It was bad. Hence, I bought antiperspirant yesterday for speaking. But other than that, I give another talk tomorrow actually at a healthcare conference at the university, talking about um, trans stuff related to healthcare, which I've done. That's actually what I've done most of. So looking forward to that, and then have a little bit of a lull for a while, which I'm kind of looking forward to. Because every time, I don't know, every time you do this, and every time it's emotional energy, and it's draining. Um, so I'm kind of looking forward to a little bit of a respite and just kind of chill a little bit and focus on school and focus on studying for the MCAT, which I'm so behind on. It's ridiculous. But anyways, yeah, so that's kind of what's going on right now. Oh, and then Tumblr exploded. Oh, Tumblr exploded. So yeah, if people on Tumblr are watching this and I haven't gotten back to you, I'm sorry. I'm working on it. Like I'm trying to do couple messages a day. It's a lot, but awesome. Um, but yeah, so physically, let me think physically. For some reason, I think my voice has dropped again, and I don't know why. But like even when I talk with my best friend, she's like, I'm pretty sure your voice dropped again," and I'm pretty sure she's right. So that's been interesting. I'm finally getting a little bit more facial hair. Like I have to shave every week, if I don't want to look nasty. Um, I think that's pretty much it. My chest is doing awesome. Yay! My scars have faded like massively, massively as of recently, and it's also probably because they haven't seen the sun in a very long time. So that's been good. It's actually been kind of interesting because uh, a lot of people who I interact with on a regular basis have found out I'm trans, mostly because the posters for the Gender and Identity Conference were posted all around UNR, and my name was on there as being one of the speakers, and it said, like Dana Pardee, current student, an open trans ban and LGBT advocate. I was like, there you go. It's like out. So they were all over campus. Like I kept walking by and going like, yeah. And then also like in the university newspaper, and that's where a couple of people. But like I was standing in lab. I work in the anatomy labs, and I was standing there last week or the week before, and it was so funny because I'm just talking with one of the guys, and he kind of just like he kind of starts getting a little awkward, and he's like, "So you're speaking at a conference tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yeah," or next weekend or whatever. And he's like, "Did you really used to be a girl?" And I was like, "Yep." And so we just kind of started talking, and he's like, "I don't really know how to ask questions." I'm like, "You use your words." Um, so it was a lot of fun. And then we've kind of made a tradition after our lab. We go up to the bar by the university and have some food or some drinks or whatever. So we were also there this past Friday, and I'm sitting there talking with one of the other guys, and I forget what we were talking about. Oh, I think it was my height. or something, and he's like, "Wait, so like before change two?" And I was like, "Oh, so you know?" And so it's just funny because like a lot of people who I didn't know, but they never say anything. I don't know. It's just really interesting. But it was a lot of fun because like Friday night, it was a guys' night, like a literal guys' night. After we left the bar, we went like to one of the casinos here in town, and they have a driving range for golf balls, and just went and hit golf balls and just hung out. And it was, it's pretty neat when you can hang out with a group of guys and be fully accepted as one of the guys, and they like are blatantly aware and they know that you're trans and it doesn't matter. And like, some inside jokes arise, they're how guys are. They just joke about their junk and that kind of stuff, and I'm just sitting there laughing, and they're just laughing with me. So just I don't know, just a really neat, interesting dynamic, and like I actually haven't had that um, in a lot of ways. Like I have, but I haven't. So it's just been really fun. Um, the more out I am, the scarier it is, but also like the funner it is. It's hard to explain. Um, but anyways, so I've actually had a lot of fun just like talking with my friends, and one of the guys was like, "So wait, if you're on testosterone, can you get like totally yoked?" And I was like, "Yeah, if I worked out, I could." um, so I just bought my gym pass back today, so maybe that'll happen. Then give it a shot. But uh, anyways, I'm doing really well. Super stressed, but that's kind of how I roll. I'm one of those people that thrives in stressful situations. Um, so yeah, uh, I don't know what else to say. So I'm just gonna go because I have homework to do. But I hope everyone's well, and I'll try to update a little more frequently. There will probably be some videos related to our study just because that is part of my job, is doing a lot of the social marketing and that kind of stuff. So be on the lookout for that. But anyways, talk to you all later. Bye.